On today's episode of Pathmonk Presents, I've got a very special guest with me today. Please welcome Whit. And for all of you who don't know, she is the go-to for any of your technical needs. She's a technical marketer with a wealth of strategic knowledge and experience with over 10 years of experience under her belt. She's a director of demand generation for FlexDealer. So Whit, thank you so much for joining us today. It's an honor to have you on our show. I'm super excited to learn more about you, your story, and ultimately what you do at FlexDealer and what FlexDealer does in your industry overall.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So for all the listeners out there, give us an insight look into what FlexDealer is all about and ultimately who your clients are and what is the problem that you serve for your clients.
For sure. So in short, we work with individual car dealerships worldwide, primarily in North America, focusing on their websites and digital marketing. So that could be everything from generating inbound leads to Facebook ads to Google ads, SEO, and beyond.
That's incredible. So then for your clients, because since car dealerships, a lot of it is very relationship based and word of mouth, how would you say, what is your top client acquisition channel overall? Would you say that it's digital marketing? Is it mainly inbound, outbound? Is relationship based? Like give us an insight on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's definitely the referral relationship piece for our car dealers, and that really comes from when the people on their sales floor have been around for a long enough time to generate those relationships. And then in bringing in new sort of cold folks to buy a vehicle, which most people end up doing at some point in their life, we do look to all of those paid media channels and using their website as inbound. And typically we do see the most success with immediate generation from paid advertising. And then on the long tail side, we see that long-term success through organic SEO-based efforts on their website and through things like management of their Google business profile, as an example. And as far as choosing which one's the best in true marketer fashion, I would absolutely say it depends. And that depends really largely on what type of market they're in. If that market is very technically sound, if the people in it are comfortable using technology, as well as the size of that market.
Wow. But that's really great overall, especially too with like how you guys have been able to see, what works depending on channel and overall, being able to have so many avenues with really building this brand awareness, because from the research I've done, FlexDealer is really, really huge in North America. So it's really great that you guys are like not only thought leaders, but you're key players in the industry overall. So,
absolutely.
Yes. So now we're going to switch gears here. And I want to talk about the website. So in your own words, what would you say are the major strengths of the FlexDealer website? And then where are there opportunities for room for improvement as well?
Sure. So in FlexDealer Control Center, we have proprietary technology. So what that means is when you build a site with us, you're building it on our tech. We're not reskinning something like WordPress or another platform to try to make it work for automotive. Our platform was built for automotive from the ground up, supporting the website infrastructure as well as supporting inventory feeds. And if I had to pin it down to two primary things, the first thing would be control. And yes, that's why it's in the name. But in the same token, most website providers in our industry don't give the end user or the dealer very much control over what that site looks like, how it behaves, what actions they can take to make it theirs. We do. You can go as deep as the source code if you want, or you can go as deep as sending your dedicated account manager a request saying, hey, this is something that we need to do. It's very much a choose your own adventure to build that ultimate site that a dealer wants. And then the other piece is that many vendors in our industry nickel and dime. It's such a unique landscape where if you look to a traditional agency, that's not the same so much. We work with inventory feeds from over 150 different providers, both ingoing and outgoing. But the kicker is that that's included in our website fee. We don't charge to set it up, and we don't charge a monthly fee to run it. And on top of that, you can also send them out every single hour rather than once a day.
Oh, wow. I really love that you guys make your solutions for the website like so customizable to where you allow the client to really be able to make their vision come to life, but also making it very seamless and easy for them. Like that's really great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially with, with car automotives and the dealerships, there's, it's always hard to find that right balance. And especially too, I think it's great where your company has been able to find like the right balance for each and all of your clients. Because I look at your case studies too, and it's really great what you guys have done in the market.
Thank you.
So now I want to talk about you as a leader. So give us an insight. With being the director of demand generation, what does an average day look like for you?
The best answer would be that there is no average day. So my job, in short, is fostering relationships between partners that we have in the industry. A very, very new one would be we've recently been onboarded into Toyota Canada's approved vendor partner program through a system they call DDS, which in short means that all of the Canadian Toyota dealers are eligible to choose us as their partner. And we've been very fortunate. We have Toyota dealers that have been with us for over 20 years at this point. And that was one of the pieces that has led us here. But my job is building those partnerships through brands, building those partnerships through our referral network, and making sure that ultimately everybody that works with us has a relationship with us. We aim to act in partnership rather than as a vendor for our clients. So I would be responsible for making sure that our accounts team is continuing to foster those relationships past the point of initially signing up with us.
Wow, that's amazing. So especially with what you do overall and with fostering partnerships. So then I'm really curious, can you elaborate more on this approval partner program that you guys have created overall?
Yeah. So in the automotive world, most brands have a set of partners that they allow their franchisees to work with. And typically, if they stray outside of that, they're not eligible to approve different marketing dollars and things like that. So if you're a Toyota dealer, you have to work with this set. And we've typically been a little bit hesitant to join some of these programs because a lot of them handcuff individual dealers, and we aim to act in the dealer's best interest rather than sort of forcing them. So as Toyota has really displayed throughout the years, they share their dealers with information that a strong marketing agency would want them to do anyways. So they say, choose a partner that works for you. Yes, have a RAV4 on your website, but make that RAV4 page relevant, because there's a very big difference between the end user looking for a RAV4 in Toronto versus an end user looking for a RAV4 in BC. There's huge differences. So they need to make sure that those pages are catered to their individual market. And then also just pure SEO best practices, not just copying what's on the big site, so to speak. So in short, we want to make sure that we're able to act in the dealer's best interest while also being a partner that they're able to choose from.
Wow, that's really great. And this partner program is really different from the ones I've typically seen. So, and I think it's wonderful how you guys are obviously, they're working in the best interest of your clients overall. That makes a huge difference in how you said tying back to the partnerships as well.
Absolutely.
Definitely. So now we're getting close to the end of our interview. Now I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So with all the overwhelming amount of content that there is out there for marketers nowadays, where do you go to learn, grow, and essentially just stay up to date overall?
Absolutely. So there's two sort of realms that I experience. There's one where we need to stay updated on automotive information, and there's great sources like Automotive News, our CEO's podcast, The Dealer Playbook, all different outlets. And you do see more unique outlets as well. Like there's a guy called Car Dealership Guy on Twitter, who's an anonymous user and shares all kinds of insights and has really rapidly grown in popularity. And then there's also the marketing side. So we're a HubSpot agency, and HubSpot is one of the biggest things that we really make sure that our team is trained on. There's a wealth of information there. And then to top that all off, we are a founding member of the Google Analytics 4 Standards Council, which is specific to automotive, and in short, make sure that all the vendors participating are using the same measuring stick with Google Analytics 4. So we make sure that every member of our team is also trained on Google Analytics 4, as well as other options that apply to their individual roles in Google Scale Shop.
Wow, really cool overall. So now, since we've covered that overall, and I think it's great too, especially like using Twitter. People really underestimate how valuable Twitter is, where you can be able to see so many things in real time, honestly.
Very much so.
Yeah. So now my next question is, what is one piece of advice that you would give yourself if you were able to go back and restart your journey today as a marketer? Would you do anything differently?
I honestly don't think I would. I've been very fortunate to have incredible mentors and incredible opportunities and have autonomy and trust in the roles that I've had, which has allowed me to really touch on a wide variety of topics in marketing. And I think just based on time as well, I came through sort of the funnel, if you will, during the phase of the marketing manager does everything. So I've been able to experience all of the things that we need to know as marketers. Whereas now a lot of roles are very much more niched. So you get individual marketers with very specific skill sets. And that's incredibly important to have, but I'm really grateful that I've had the opportunity to do so many different things so that I can speak to those things and educate our team and be there when they have questions that they need to push through. So in short, no, I don't think so. I'm very fortunate.
Oh, that's awesome. And I think it's really great too, where you've had the opportunity to have so many different roles and try so many different like niches as well too, where ultimately you found one that, that suits you best and your skill set overall.
For sure. And I did in the fall, I had the opportunity to speak at Brock University to consumer psychology students. And in doing so, one of the things that I did share with them was, if you have the opportunity, spend some time in sales. You will learn more about people and more about how to position products in a year in sales than you will in a year in school. Not to discredit, my education or their education, but there's a lot you can learn in sales. So even though it's often a dirty word, it really doesn't need to be. There's so much you can gain from spending some time in a sales role.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially too, because you have not only being resilient, but just learning how to talk to the customer, how to get it around the game and how to interact with them. So I completely agree with you on that aspect. So now we're at the end of our interview today. And I want to thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. But I also want to give you the last word. If anyone were to forget about everything we've talked today, what is the main thing that you wanted to remember about FlexDealer overall?
With FlexDealer, you'll have a partner, not a vendor.
You'll have a partner, not a vendor. Yes, that is true. Exactly. So, Whit, thank you so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure hearing more of your story, hearing more about everything that you have done within your community as well, from the mentorships, building up these partnerships within FlexDealer, and overall seeing what you guys are doing. So thank you again.
Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And for all our listeners out there, check us out next week on Pathmonk Presents.